The worst student outfits. Have you ever seen an outfit that made you say, dang, you really thought this was a good idea to wear this to school? These are the worst types of student outfits. One of the worst types of outfits comes from the kids who can't stop talking about them, or their other title, the flexers. And you know who I'm talking about, the kids that show up to school with the latest Jordans, Nikes, Gucci, or any other type of hypebeast material. And what's crazy is that TV has been so wrong about the flexers. You remember watching shows back in the late 2000s to early 2010s where they had the girls obsessed with the types of shoes they were wearing, where the guys didn't care. But when I got to both middle school and high school, the kids going crazy about the latest releases were not the girls, but mostly guys. One of the guys in my high school probably had a shrine to Supreme in his bedroom with the amount of merch he gathered. But the worst things these kids do is flex on the kids that don't have what they have. Like, we're not going to pretend that your parents not just drop at cash so you could leave them alone. Me personally, I would never show up to school with stuff like this, out of fear of my stuff being finessed and the grueling realization that I would have to come back home to my parents saying that I lost a really expensive pair of sneakers. I would never walk ever again. Then we go from the kids who are miserable on the outside to the kids who are miserable on the inside. The kids that don't get a choice in what they wear and are forced to wear school uniforms. And whether you're in elementary, middle school, or even high school, I feel bad for you if this is you, because you're forced to drop over $60 at a time for a couple of shirts and pants with the school's logo on them. And the quality of these clothes is like the biggest game of the lottery, from just being okay to downright awful. My middle school used to sell these hoodies for like $25 each, and their material they'd give you would feel more bumpy than a New York City road. And if you dared made the mistake of not wearing one, you'd be sent to the office and be put under an ultimatum of having detention every day that you don't wear it, or do you have to wear one of the LoneE uniforms? You know, the box of used uniforms the school keeps in the main office, the force on the students that contains the sweat, crust, and smell of other students from the previous day or week that you have to wear for the full day. I don't blame people for immediately trying to scrub off their skin as soon as they get home after being forced to wear school uniforms or their loners. Then we have the kids that are way too comfortable. It started around 10th grade for me, but kids started showing up in their pajamas. And hey, if it makes you feel comfortable, then go ahead and wear it, it's cool. But I do fear for some of the pajama people's safety, as there are a few kids that are just straight up menaces to themselves, as soon as they wake up, they don't even change, but just put on a random shirt, they go to school, and they come back home and sleep in their bed with the stuff they just went to school with. And if you live in a place like where I'm from, New York City, this is something you should not do, as most kids take public transport, which usually includes a couple buses and trains. You don't know what's traveling around in these things, and to bring them back home in your bed is just crazy. I know a person who's still doing this. There's another type of student outfit user that shows that they don't care about their well-being, but pajama people are an easy second place. But these next kids are even way more comfortable than the pajama people, the kids who sag their pants. These kids straight up look like Scraggy from Pokemon with the amount of times they've had to pick up their pants. First of all, pull up your pants, nobody wants to see that. And second, there are many different ways how kids sag their pants. Most of the time, it's a lottery over the sagger having the common decency of wearing at least shorts before defiling our eyes with their behinds. But a lot of the time, all of us are unlucky, especially when the teacher puts them to sit in the front of the class. And now the whole class gets a view while our eyes burn. And I know these kids' quads be hurting with the type of balance you have to have all the time in order to keep your pants on and not fall off. Out of all the fashion trends to exist in school, sagging has to be the stupidest and grossest one in my opinion. Then we got the kids who are flat out insane with what they wear, as they must be temperature blind with the fits they come to school in. There was this one kid in my high school who became a very big meme that we'll call Jones, and the reason is because every single day, no matter what type of weather was out there, he would always come in with his regular green polo and his jean shorts. In the winter time, while we all wore these big, heavy coats to protect us from the cold and the snow flying into our faces, this guy comes to school with that exact same fit, snow in his hair, and then proceeded to get interrogated by every single person he had in that class over him not wearing anything. The crazy thing was, I was always one of the first to dap him up when he came to class, and this guy felt like he was on the verge of having frostbite. But this all ended one day, where before he was about to leave out for school, one morning, his mom decided to leave out to work a bit later, and caught him just about to leave in the cold with the current fit he was about to wear. She had no idea that he was doing this, since she always left out first. And well, you could guess what happened after that. He came to school that day for the first time ever, in full jeans and a coat. Everyone in gym class was going nuts, as if we've all won the lottery or something, over him finally wearing something appropriate for the weather. If you see or know somebody like this, please check in on them, as they may be a whole menace to their immune system. Next, we have a fairly chill one most of the time, the anime-inspired outfits. And there's nothing wrong with rocking your favorite anime on your shirt, wallpaper, or accessories that you have, that's cool. But the worst fit that comes from anime fans can be entirely classified as their own group, the weebs. And from here on out, the fits on display are downright atrocious. Starting with the weebs, who at times want to come to school with these very interesting shirts and sweaters that as soon as the teacher spots them, they're getting thrown out of school faster than Fred was from the Krusty Krab. And maybe that's the goal from the very beginning, but I have no idea what's going on in their head. The next type of outfits are always controversial and will cause a lot of reactions. The revealing outfits. The first type of reaction there was this girl named Emily from my high school who'd always tell us that she thought she looked incredible with the fit she brought to school. However, the fit she always brought never really fit her body type and made it look like she was suffocating herself from air in the process to achieve a certain look, but she managed to achieve it, so as long as she's happy, I guess it's fine. But then we get to those revealing fits, where things go bad for the person real quick. One day back in middle school, this girl, we'll call her Brittany, came to school with quite literally the shortest shorts known to man, looking like Patrick after SpongeBob picked him up, and it took no less than 20 minutes for the teacher to call the school staff to complain about what he saw. But the crazy thing is, it wasn't just the dean who came first, but it was the principal who came. You heard me right, the principal, the person you never see that often at all, was the first to arrive, followed by two deans, and the look on their faces was nothing short of pure unadulterated rage, as she had to go to the office to get a loaner pair of pants, and many other punishments followed. Please don't dress up like you're going to the club when you're supposed to be going to school. Things don't end up that well. But this next fit was just straight up wild. We were already talking about the hype beast, but what if I were to tell you that there's a level beyond the hype beast, that they not only become their own type, but actually their fit becomes illegal to wear in real life. One day back in my 10th grade English class, me and a group of friends were just sitting at our table while the teachers were just walking in class. My eyes so happened to dart up quickly, and then across the room, I saw a kid, we'll call him Gabe, walk into class with a very specific shirt and pants with an orange logo on it. I immediately alerted my friends, and we all just started crying of laughter, as this guy, there was no way he was going to make it out of this class without getting suspended. And it took only less than 5 minutes as everyone saw it and began either to lose it, laugh, or just straight up talking about it. And one of our 3 English teachers wondered what was going on until she saw it. The rage in her voice was very chilling as she tried to maintain her composure as she called the principal's office. And the dean showed up, which had him leave class and come back with a regular shirt. And the rest of his school year was ruined. Yeah, don't wear illegal fits to school. Things don't end up well. But the absolute worst fit of all time, the fit that when you see, you run to the farthest place that you can, because the kids wearing this fit are nothing but trouble, as they wear this. You all don't even know the beginning of my troubles with the kids who wear these types of wool sweaters. In most of my videos, when I mention a certain chaotic kid doing something incredibly bad or straight up causing chaos, I was talking about one specific person in particular, who would always wear these types of hoodies every single day. And he wasn't even a chaotic kid, but an absolute menace. You could not go near this kid without seeing this kid do something majorly cursed, whether it was the faces he was doing, the stuff that was on his phone. Even his actions made you straight up feel like you were being watched by the FBI. Truly the worst type of outfit worn in school. What is your opinion on these student outfits? And tell me what you'd like to see next. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I'll see you next time in the sanctuary.